watch the video, you'll see it's just packed full of little contraptions. You know, I really tried to build different stuff to make this thing, you know, kind of unique in a way that basically I also couldn't die here. I wanted to extend that thought, that idea of not being able to die to this obelisk, and have so many different ways that I could cheese raids and keep myself safe. One of my favorite aspects about this place, though, is if you flick this lever, the beacons can turn on and off. That's probably my favorite aspect because, you know, the beacons here are cool and all, and they help with effects and stuff and fighting the raids, but they do kind of ruin the skyline. so it was important for me to keep the vanity of that as well. Also gotta talk about Panda Mountain. It's one of my favorite builds, really. This mountain always was very bare. I don't know if you caught that joke in the video. It's a bare mountain, but it was always very bare, and I always wanted to put something on it, and I just took the opportunity of all those pandas dying in the video to build this monument. It's just a very simple panda with some crying eyes, some decent pixel art. I think I did okay. If you can get your hands on my world, there's also a nice little entrance down here. You know, if you don't want to hop on creative, I know some people will actually like play my world out. They'll live in my house and stuff like that. There's a nice little entrance for you to get inside of the panda monument. Though I never really built any way for you to like look out through the panda's eyes, though you can get on top of it here. It's actually fairly large. Like it's kind of a large monument. I wanted to be able to see it from my main camp, and what I like about the monument is it gives me a nice view of my camp while also making this mountain look really nice. Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite additions. I have friends who watched the video and they also thought that the panda saga was a really fun part of the video. So I think Panda Mountain will forever be in my heart. It's just a great build. If you haven't found out by now, I love building monuments. The monument to me got a little upgrade during 2000 days. Got some gold blocks and some emeralds on the top there. You know, I'd love to further deck this thing out. You know, I just got to get some ideas for it. Don't give me ideas down in the comments, though. I won't listen to you. This is my land. I do what I want. It's really tough to go over everything in a world tour, though, you know, because there's so many little things. When you survive for 2,000 days, like, there's just so many little things that you do on a day-to-day basis that I would never be able to show in you a video, and never even really be able to show you in a flushed-out tour video like this. Which is why I think it's important that I try to get this world download to as many people out there as possible, because I do want you to experience this world, you know, in your own computer. It's a different experience when you can fly around the world, interact with things, versus watching a video of it. And again, I just want to say, you know, if there are some troubles with those world download links, just know that I'm trying my best, but it's hard. World downloads and bandwidth doesn't grow on trees, so it's a little tough for me to get my big ass world out to like 1 million people. I'm trying my best. I want you all to see the world. You know, I want you all to experience it. Just know that. And if you ever have trouble with any of the world downloads now or in the future, just know that I do want you to get the world. It's just sometimes a little hard. That's pretty much it for the new stuff, though. There's some stuff that's a little self-explanatory, like, you know, my striders. And there's a lot of new, old stuff, I'm sorry, that you might see. You know, like my boner horses, my old dog barracks. I used to breed horses in there. You know, a lot of little stuff like that really... you know, I think may or may not live during 3,000 days. I definitely think this outer wall is going to get a big makeover in 3,000 days. I don't really like these stone walls here. I want to make it a little cleaner to my actual emerald perimeter. But obviously there's an absolute mountain of work to do there. Good thing I have 3,000 days to get that all done. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything, at least the really, really cool stuff. I guess this barn is alright, right? It's a barn. I think I said that in the video. No, it's a barn. It's not supposed to be super fancy. I do want to check out a couple more places. Again, I'm not going to go to all the little areas that I went to in 2,000 days, because honestly, that would just take forever. There's so many different areas. There's so many different little things that I did. I want to try to focus on some of the more bigger things that I did in 2,000 days. Rather than going over everything that I've ever done in the world, because that stuff is probably covered in the other tours. One of the things I really wanted to give a better look at, though, was L-Town. If you don't know, L-Town got a really big facelift in 2,000 days. As you can see, it is now E-Town. Really good. L-Town is absolutely booming. One of the things that I wanted to do here was actually free these villagers. They lived under my iron fist for so long, and I kind of owe them a lot. Part of the reason I think I did so well in the first couple hundred days was L-Town. I had this town here, and I don't know, something about me. Yeah, I just wanted to thank them in some way. I know they're computer programs and don't really need thanks. You know, you could stick them in a one block, and they would be happy. They wouldn't be happy. They wouldn't be sad. They wouldn't be anything because they're computer programs. But I wanted to kind of, you know, give back to this town in a way. I don't know if that makes any sense to you. Maybe it only makes sense to me. But after all of my wealth and prosperity, it felt really good to come back to a town that really gave me my start in a way, and deck them out in emeralds like this. It was a lot of fun doing this project. One of my favorite elements about the build are the 2 maps here. So you'll notice this map, if you're on the world, don't touch it, because as soon as you touch the map, it's going to change. This is a historical map. I thought about encasing it in glass, but I thought, you know, I'd have to move it. I'd have to move the actual, I'd have to move the street to encase this in glass. So I just know not to touch it. But if you're out there downloading my world, don't touch the map. You'll wreck it. And this is the new E-Town or L-Town, whatever you want to call it, map, where you can see all of the different trims and the emeralds. You'll actually notice there one little green block on each of the houses there. That was something I put in. There's an emerald on top of each house just to give it a little bit better look on the map. That's 100% for vanity. There's no other reason for those blocks on top there other than to give the houses a good look on the map. So really enjoyed all of the work that I did here in L-Town. Honestly, I didn't show it in the video, but I would come here quite frequently and just sort of hang out and vibe and trade with the villagers even sometimes. It's a town that I owe a lot and that I love, and that I had to do something cool with it. And my thing is kind of just like putting emeralds on everything. So I had a lot of fun here. Again, so I just love L-Town so much. I don't know if you guys feel the same sentimental feeling that I feel. You know, this is my world. But I definitely got my start here. I felt like I wanted to give back.
All right.
And to tell you the truth, granite and diorite roads aren't exactly the most luxurious. So, you know, in 3,000 days, this may see even further facelifts. It all depends on what I have time for. 1,000 days is a lot of time, but it's not unlimited time. You know, it's not like I have absolutely unlimited time to do whatever I want. But yeah, again, I really love at least where I got with L-Town in 2,000 days. And while I didn't really do much with Ghost Town, I probably should spruce it up come 3,000. I don't know. It's very ugly. And there's a lot of ugh in this town. There's a big farm. Whatever this thing is, we're just gonna leave. So I'm gonna fly on over to New Glass Town again. New Glass Town. This is not Glass Town. This is New Glass Town. Different town entirely. I gotta get rid of this. I gotta get rid of this lava pillar. Why is this still here? There's actually 2 lava pillars. I don't need them anymore. They're still here. I'm kind of embarrassed. So if you have watched 2,000 Days, you obviously know about Glass Town. I spend a lot of time in Glass Town. And again, sort of like L-Town, I just felt like I had to give back to them in some way. I couldn't just treat them as awful as I did for as long as I did. I felt bad. I know the computer programs, but I felt bad. Whenever I went there, I didn't feel right about how I was treating these villagers. So as you can see, New Glass Town, they are free. They're free to go. There's no restraints. No one's locked in their home. Everyone sort of has free movement and range and can go wherever they want. Only recently have these huts started to get filled up. It's taken a long time for these